Mhm. Hey guys! Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing this week? This week's gonna be such a great week. I'm so excited. I'm in Chicago right now. I'm in my house and it's snowing here, which I'm like, what the hell is it doing snowing in Chicago? We're in April already. I was just joking because I was like, oh, it's a reminder to start to get back on the road, which I'll be doing next week. So, for those of you guys who are in Colorado, in the Denver area, as well as in Fort Collins, is another area that I'll be in. I will be out there next week, and then the following weekend or coming up, I'll be in the Albuquerque and Santa Fe area. So again, if you're in that area, I would love to see you in person at one of my upcoming workshops. So, with that being said, I want to talk to you guys about the energy that's going on this week and what's really in the collective field and what we're being called to. And so the energy and what we're really being called to today is, or in this week, is really to start to really notice our thoughts, right? And so, I know I've talked about this before in some other workshops and some other things, but our thoughts and what we say to ourselves and what we're saying out loud are so, so, so important. And if we're saying something that we don't actually want to create, whether again it's to ourselves, it's out loud, whatever that looks like, we are creating it, right? So it's so, so, so important for you to be conscious of that, right? And to be conscious, like, okay, am I creating what I actually want to be creating? And if you're not, to start to notice that and again to shift your words, right? I always talk about transition statements, right? So one of the things you can do to start to shift what you're thinking. So say, for instance, you're thinking it's never going to work out. You can shift that from, and that's very general, right? But you can shift that from it's never going to work out to it's starting to work out for me, or things are starting to go better. So you can use the verbiage. One example is it's starting to, right? Or I'm starting to, right? So that's one way of being in making a transitional statement to get from A to C with a nice B right in the middle. And so, again, to be wary of that. So really, it's interesting because I've had a couple of dreams in the last 2 nights, and I had one dream. I've had two dreams, but I don't remember the second one. But I remember what I woke up with, right? With the idea that I woke up with. So I want to talk about that. So last night I had this dream, and I was desiring to do something that I kind of perceived in my mind was a big deal, right? And it was interesting because the people that were coming to me that I was asking to help me and support me with this, right? It was interesting to see the reflections of sort of what I was making up in my mind, right, about this being possible, right, and the reflections of that, right? So I had one person's, sort of being hesitant, and that, again, that's just the inner reflection, right? So it's really important when you're dreaming and you have your dreams, right? It's really important that you're looking at and really being aware of, okay, what are the messages in my dreams, right? And how are these inner reflections of my own thoughts, right? So that was one reflection that was that was happening. And then a second piece of that, though, was when I started to like realize, oh wait, this is actually a possibility, right? I was given the opportunity to do some work with the group that I was desiring to be part of, right? And then two, one of my teachers was there, and she was the one managing and responsible for being part of this, right? And so when she realized I had trained with her, and that that I was good at what I do. When she realized all that, she was like, "Yeah, no, of course, right?" So it's really important because obviously those dreams are indicative of what our hopes and our dreams are and our desires are, and they're also indicative of any thoughts we have that are stopping us from achieving those desires. So it's a short summation of the dream that I had last night. What I woke up with the morning before, though, which was really interesting and really cool, or maybe it was 2 mornings ago, but I woke up, I got this really, really strong strong download. I get a bunch of downloads, and I love just channeling different things so that really for all of us, right, so that we can all move into our bigger versions of ourselves. And what I woke up with was with a strong sense of you need to write down every single thing you want to create in this lifetime. And I have some big, very ambitious goals that I know that I will achieve if I stay focused on it, right? And I don't allow myself, I honor when something comes up that I'm worried that it's not going to happen, right? But I don't allow myself to for those to take me down, right? And so one of the things that came up was basically to start to write those down. And then, you know, if you've worked with me one-on-one or even in my workshops, you'll notice like a lot of times I do activations around these, right? So around creating this stuff. And so what came up for me is I'm going to start to do some activations around really bringing those into physical reality. Because the point being is that most of the time we know, like of course in our physical form we're in the capacity of time and space, right? We have to, you know, it's like around 11:15, 11:30 here, right? And you know, we have a certain space. I'm in my apartment right now. But in the higher realms, right, those don't exist, right? And what you can do when you're wanting to create something is you pull those higher realms into your current reality. And it's like, say for instance, right now, if we're going to use space as an example, right? Say for instance, you have this goal, and I'm just going to keep it short so you can see my hands since I've only got this much width, right? So say for instance, you have this goal, your goal's over here, right? And you're here, right? What you can do by visualizing that reality and feeling that reality is you can pull that reality so it gets closer to you, right? Just like if you just are like, well, this is just never going to happen, or whatever you're projecting onto that reality, the reality that you're desiring stays over here, or the goal that you have stays over here, and you're here, right? And as part of this too, you know, I know some of you guys have seen the Upping Your Game sales training, the masterclass that I had, and there's a sales training program that I'm doing with this. And one of the things that we are really going to focus on is not just, okay, achieving the goals you have for this year, but really pulling the goals that you have, and not in any sort of efforting way, right? But just magnetizing the goals that you have, bringing those to you sooner, right? So a lot of times people ask me how I've been able to move so quickly in my business. I shared with some of you guys that I had even in my first full year in business, I made a profit, right? Which I know a lot of people like, it's, you know, many times is unheard of, right? And so I know that that's good because, you know, that means I'm on the right track, right? That's the universe saying you're supported, right? So noticing where that applies in your life, right? But one of the things that I'm going to do, like this program is beyond amazing. So one of the things I'm going to be doing in this program is really like, I want you guys to be going like, shh, right? Like to just literally have your next version of that reality. So if you are interested in hearing more about that program, I'll put a link to the program again below this video. I may be doing more master classes, so if those are coming up and I end up doing that, you will see those in this group as well. But if you are interested in taking that next step, and again, really like the whole intention of that program is just like for you to go, psh, right? And, you know, I mentioned in the master classes, I quadrupled my sales twice in 3 years. I'm on track to do that again in my business, right? And so, you know, I want to help you to have your own versions of this, whatever that looks like, right? So with that being said, I want to go ahead and go into the energy clearing. Again, for those of you guys who are new to this, energy clearing is just another tool that we have in our toolbook, right? If you've struggled with meditation, energy clearing can really, really help you so that when you actually go to meditate, you can get into a really deep state and you're not having that thought that's coming up that's like, you know, that ends up stopping you from being able to be just in your body, be present with what is, right? Because many times, so in meditation, we're trying to retrain that thought, retrain that thought, retrain that thought. What energy clearing does is it clears the thought completely so that you don't have to try to retrain the thought, and there's no efforting there, right? You're just in the stillness, right? You're in the peace, because many times that thought is rooted in a voice we didn't get to have when we were a kid, right? So something we were upset about when we were a kid, something similar to that happens in our physical reality now, and then we're stuck on it. We're like, oh my God, I can't believe that person did that to me, right? And we get stuck on it. And when you can release the energy off of that, which again is so many times rooted in childhood, all of a sudden, you know, when you go to meditate, you can actually be present. And I go into very deep meditative states very quickly, just rooted in doing a lot of clearing, which is again why I've created these clearings today. So just a reminder, energy clearing can feel like a meditation, but it is not a meditation. It is meant to clear out and bring up that next layer of energy. Our soul has a different agenda than our human agenda. And so our soul's agenda is expansion, right, is growth. And our human agenda is, I want it to be all good all the time, right? And so recognizing the difference between that and recognizing, okay, you know, this is about the expansion, right? And many people tell me that even one energy clearing with me has helped them to awaken, right? And that's one of the most awesome things that can happen on your path, and it can be rough, right? That whole ride, and oh my gosh, actually waking up to the truth of who you are, all of that can be difficult and can be challenging. And that's a portion of why this group is here. It's a portion of why I've come here. So if you have questions, if you have things that come up as you're doing these clearings, I'd love to know. You can comment in the comments below. And obviously if you have questions on clearing in itself, anything, comment in the comments below, anything that's coming up for you. So with that being said, we're going to just be bringing light all the way through the body to get us started. And I always say the light is the truth of who we are, and it's the truth of who we've come here to be. And from what I've seen, it is the quickest and most powerful way for us to shift, transform, and change. And then we're going to expand that light out 5 feet, 10 feet, all the way out to the entire universe. And again, that's the return to us being infinite beings in a body, and that's the return to us being in our power. So I'm so super excited for this. Again, if you like these, right, if you're wanting to see these continue, make sure you're commenting below. Again, commenting. You can just even say hi, right? Just hi, hello, right? And liking the video, right? Because I want to make sure that, you know, like you guys are getting value from this, right? If you have questions about this, or you're like, what is she doing? Comment that too, right? Because I know energy clearing can feel a little bit spatial. You're like, I don't get it, or I don't understand. So if there's questions that are coming up around that, I want to know. I want to be able to support you and help you on your journey and on your path. So with that said, I'm going to have you guys close your eyes and just taking a nice deep breath and just breathing in through your nose and filling your belly and the sides of the body, the chest and the legs with air, and just exhaling out. And again, just breathing in through your nose and filling your belly and the sides of the body, the chest and the legs with air. And just exhaling out. And just connecting to the light that's 300 feet above your head. Good. We naturally do this when we pray, so just see, sense, or feel that light, whatever comes up for you naturally. And just beginning to allow this liquid light to come down in through your forehead, down past your eyes, down past your nose and ears. Good. Down the back of your head, down into your mouth and throat, down the back of your neck, across your shoulders, down into your chest and heart space, down into your solar plexus, which is right underneath your chest, down your back, down into your stomach and your hips. Good. Feeling nice and light, right? Bringing that liquid light down your arms and out through your fingertips, down your legs, out through your feet. And then just connecting into the center of the earth that feels like mother's love. It's all ooey and gooey and warm and nurturing. Awesome. And just bringing this liquid golden light, right? A liquid ray of light back up through your feet, up through your legs and the backs of your legs. Good. Through your hips and your glutes, up through your back and torso. Good. Through your arms and fingertips. Nice. And up through your neck, the back of your neck, and up through your face and the back of your head. And just one more time, just bringing that light down the back of your head, down your face. Again, liquid golden light, liquid ray of light into your ears, right? Good. Liquid beam of light. Good. Feel it getting lighter, right? And then just opening and bringing that liquid light down across your shoulders, down into your chest and back, down your arms and the backs of your arms and out through your fingertips, down into your solar plexus, your stomach, and your hips and glutes. Down your legs and the backs of your legs, and out through your feet. And just last time, bringing that liquid golden light, liquid ray of light, liquid beam of light, like a fire hose of light coming back up. Good. Feeling every crevice, so feeling it every crevice you may have missed up until this point, covering every crevice with light, up your legs, up the backs of your legs, up your hips, up your glutes, up your torso and your back, up through your arms and fingertips, up through your neck and the back of your neck, up through your face and your ears and the back of your head. And just expanding that light from above and below, expanding that from your heart, and just see that light covering the entire room that you're in. Again, when we see something with our mind's eye, we have the ability to create it. So just see that covering the entire room that you're in, and now the entire building. Now out past the entire city, just super, super, super big, just opening, expanding, and breathing, and opening, expanding, and breathing. expanding out past the entire state or country, wherever you are, just super, super, super big. And again, just opening, expanding, and breathing, and opening, expanding, and breathing. And expanding out past the entire continent. So just super, super, super big, and just opening, expanding, and breathing, and opening, expanding, and breathing. Knowing that this doesn't actually have to be difficult, it doesn't have to be hard, it can be actually pretty easy. So just knowing you don't have to effort to expand, right? That is actually the truth of who you are and the truth of who you've come here to be. And just expanding out past the entire world, so past all the cities, past all the countries, past all the continents, if you haven't already. Just super, super, super big. And now out past the entire universe. So again, past all the planets, past all the galaxies, past all the stars. Just super, super, super big. And just opening, expanding, and breathing. And just opening, expanding, and breathing. And when you are ready, just seeing everywhere you're having a thought that's not working for you, right? Or that's not creating what you truly want. And everywhere your thoughts keep you safe, keep you small, keep you quote unquote normal, right? They keep you loved, even though they keep you safe and small. All versions of this, just exhaling that out of your body, good, and start feeling it starting to get lighter, right? And breathing in truth, breathing in light, and breathing in just how powerful you are and just how powerful your thoughts are, right? So breathing in truth, breathing in light, good, and just breathing in just how powerful you are and just how powerful your thoughts are. One more time, just breathing in truth, breathing in light, and breathing in just how powerful you are and just how powerful your thoughts are. And everywhere you've been trained to think small, everywhere you're not thinking big, everywhere you're holding yourself back, everywhere you're making yourself smaller than you truly are, everywhere you're not owning the truth of who you are and the truth of who you've come here to be at all times, just exhaling that out of your body and breathing in truth, breathing in light, breathing in power, and breathing in infiniteness. Good. Breathing in truth, breathing in light, good. Breathing in power, and breathing in infiniteness. Breathing in truth, breathing in light, breathing in power, and breathing in infiniteness. Good. And everywhere you have been trained just to hold yourself back, right? So everywhere you're making yourself small, everywhere it's not safe, it's not right, it's not comfortable, it's not easy to be powerful, right? It's not safe, it's not right, it's not comfortable, it's not easy to think big, right? Everywhere where your norm is thinking small. Everywhere your norm is playing small. Everywhere your norm is dreaming small. And everywhere you're not dreaming big, right? Everywhere you're not playing big. Everywhere you're not thinking big. All versions of that. And everywhere you've ruled out any sort of bigness and any possibility of bigness and really having everything that you're desiring and more, everywhere you've ruled out any possibility of that, like already, right? So it's not even your field of reality where you're like, oh, I can't be on Oprah. That's not possible. Every version of that, right, for you, whatever's true for you. Just exhaling that out of your body and breathing in truth, breathing in light, breathing in love, and breathing in expansion and breathing in power and infiniteness. Breathing in truth, breathing in light, breathing in expansion, breathing in power, and breathing in infiniteness. Breathing in truth, breathing in light, breathing in expansion, breathing in power, and breathing in infiniteness. And when you are ready, just seeing your body just filling up all the open space that we just created, right? Filling up with truth, with light, with love, with abundance, with expansion, with power, with infiniteness, right? Truth, light, love, expansion, power, and infiniteness. One more time, just truth, light, love, expansion, power, and infiniteness. Awesome. And when you are ready, just taking a nice deep inhale and exhale, and slowly opening your eyes. And so that is this week's energy clearing, right? Again, I recommend listening to this multiple times throughout the week. Even if you can't listen to it every day, it's a great way to start your day when you can. It's a great way to listen on the way to work, on the way home. And again, the more you keep listening, the more you keep clearing, so you're going to keep shifting. And as you shift, you're going to see more abundance coming into your reality. You're going to see new opportunities because we've just opened the door, right, to these things that maybe you've ruled out of your reality, right? We just opened the door to those. And again, if you are feeling called, I will post the link and the details to the Upping Your Game sales training program. I'm so super excited about this program. It's going to be freaking awesome. And I would love, if you feel called, to talk to you further about that, to participate, to have you participate in it. Again, it is meant to take your income, to take your sales, to take your abundance to the next level while just having a more balanced, easier, juicier, fun life, right? And so we all deserve to have that. You deserve it. I deserve it. We all get to have that in this life if we choose it, and I want to help you to create your own version of this. So I'm wishing you an amazing, awesome week, sending you lots of love, and I will talk to you soon.